Red Pill guy needs help. Oh my god, is it a Batman origin story? I want to hear. I'm just kidding. Midswatch guys, it's Ryan. Welcome. This one is from a guy who... Actually, I guess it wouldn't have been when I got here. It was a little bit after. It's another one. It's like 8 years ago. Called himself Alpha Beta 49. He was, I want to say an EMT or something like that, which is funny. Because to go back and see his like very first field reports and knowing after 2-3 years the kind of man he became, it's crazy to see how much just like a little bit of red pill can make all the difference in the world. And he really was good. Now, unfortunately, he's not only deleted all of his old stuff, but he's also kind of scrubbed it from the internet. So I don't have any record of what he was talking about with his initial help thing, other than bits and pieces from the quotes. So we're gonna have to piece the mystery together here as we go through. Obviously, I'm skipping his first part, like of the little bits I know, which it's the standard story. Everybody has it. Wife starts acting cranky. Some acute trauma happens. Finds his red pill out of pure desperation, and then throws his life on everybody's lap. It's called a Batman origin story, where you don't know which details are important, so you say everything. And then you throw it at somebody and you go, what do I do about this? And everybody does it, so it's like Batman, where every episode of Batman, you have to see his parents get killed. So getting straight to it is Jax, where the guy kind of ends off his thing, in the parts where he quotes here, "Don't be such a pussy that your wife starts to hate you." Which is kind of like an interesting line that he ended it off with anyway. He's like, also, don't be such an idiot that you can't even tell if your wife is starting to hate you. You're going to start doing things like going nuclear on your first shit tests when you first find this place here and intentionally fail comfort tests. Make sure these are active, conscious decisions. I can see for why a lot of the guys on Married Red Pill, especially those with codependent traits, they find it refreshing to be told, stop giving so much of a shit about whether your wife's going to be pissed off. Stop reacting from within your wife's frame. But that doesn't mean you just tune everything out and stop operating with zero intelligence and emotional empathy like an autistic retard. So when I say don't be an idiot, I mean don't be unintelligent, don't be slow-witted, don't be a moronic dipshit like this guy. You shouldn't operate within your wife's frame, but that's not contradictory to not being conscious of her actions and how they impact those around you. Do you decide to go out with your friends and your wife got upset and now she's giving you the silent treatment? Not a problem, as long as you're actively concluding this. Because if you're constantly thinking, my wife's being standoffish, is this because she's unhappy I went out with my friends? Whatever, don't give a fuck. Then you may start thinking, you know, less fucks I give, the happier I am, and you'll eventually give so few fucks that not only will you not give a fuck when she's giving you the silent treatment, but you won't give a fuck when she gradually starts documenting a pattern of dangerous outbursts and abusive behavior because you're now giving so few fucks that you're not even noticing what's happening. So I would just say, if you're going to decide you don't give a fuck, or at least give one fuck first. Give enough of one to decide that you're not going to after that.
Boom, what's up fam? Got some big news to share that unfortunately is not so good, so I'm gonna jump right into it. You're gonna watch this video and you're gonna cry. At least we can laugh at your eyes as you cry like in the corner like a little f***ing girl in the fetal position.
That pretty much is all it takes to avoid a situation like this, because the one single fucks will ensure that, for example, you've fallen into a pattern of never giving a fuck about your marriage and your wife, and maybe the best thing to do is just terminate everything on your terms, and maybe you'll actually decide not to do that for whatever reasons you may have. As long as it's what you want, it's valid. But this is what I mean by intellectual mindfulness. All of our actions have consequence, and that one single fuck will ensure that those consequences rarely, if ever, catch you off guard. I say all this because I really doubt your soon-to-be ex-wife is some sort of sociopathic femme fatale who plotted all of this crap with you with zero indication. Oh yeah, spicy, huh? Makes you wonder, what is in that report? And I say this because the aggrieved op here is a fucking idiot. How the hell do you think it was a good idea to show up at your hearing without counsel? Go to any divorce lawyer and say, I need a lawyer, but I can't pay you because my wife withdrew our assets from our joint accounts. And they'll ask you to come up with something like $1,000 retainer, and as long as you do that, and you know, I get it, $1,000 doesn't grow on trees, but if there's ever a time to take a cash advance or a payday loan, well, this is it. Then you have a legal representation and a lawyer who will argue that your soon-to-be ex is withholding joint assets, and the judge will tell her to knock it off because neither you or her actually have any money, in which case you're broke enough now to probably be able to get assistance from legal aid clinics, local law schools, or a referral from your local bar association from firms that may do pro bono work. I mean, you've been posting on the Red Pill, you've been posting on men's rights, but nothing for legal advice? Look, every guy here is free to decide how they want to make their bed and lay in it. And if you want to poop in the bed after you eat a whole wheel of cheese, that's up to you. I won't judge, and even if I did, you shouldn't care. But I also won't donate to your PayPal account. So I know the guy, and I know the situation, and it's so funny because I vaguely remember this initial thing. Like, yeah, we kind of got the hints there that he went to court with the woe is me speech. There's a lot of unforced errors he made in there. Like, again, if you're going to go to court, not get a lawyer, then you can't expect things to go well. The wife's pulling joint accounts. But we have strategies for that. We've long since, and this is actually kind of one of the precursors to get us to go that direction. There is, and it's going to be in the upcoming book, Maintaining Control of the Treasury for Men, how to handle joint assets versus your assets versus hers. Generally speaking, you just put your money in your account, her money in her account, and then you create a joint account for the marital assets. And anything in there, you have to assume as a gift, because during a divorce, one person can take it and everything is gone. So it's just a basic matter of risk management. As soon as your relationship goes bad, you have to assume this stuff's going to happen. On top of that, ways to talk about legal advice and legal strategy, but that's kind of beside the point. When he was dealing with his marriage here, a lot of the times it becomes adversarial. You know, teach that bitch a lesson, hold that bitch accountable. And I get it. It feels good. When the military screwed me over, nothing made me happier than jabbing it to him every chance they got. But it doesn't help. And in the cases of a marriage, now this one's obviously, it was too far gone. He ended up getting divorced, met a new girl, super young, hot, tighter, you know the deal. But in a general marriage situation where things are adversarial like this, you got to think, how many times are you sabotaging your ultimate happiness and success in order to teach that bitch a lesson? I'll give you a good example and we'll end on there. A lot of guys will be in a dead marriage. No sex, whatever. They start working out, becoming more attractive, dressing better, being more flirtatious, being more charismatic. Maybe the wife sees one of her friends is flirting with you at the thing. Maybe she notices you're getting attractive, she feels insecure, whatever. Starts trying to sleep with you more, being more sexually assertive. Now, as a guy, he shuts her down because now you know what it feels like to shut me down. He literally started with the intent of having more sex in his marriage. Once he started getting more sex in his marriage, decided to throw that all away because of some ego telling him, you need to teach that bitch a lesson. It's like, you have to stop worrying about recompense like that and just focus on getting what you want. She wasn't doing it. You changed your behavior. Now she is doing it. And be happy with that. If you're worried about teaching that bitch a lesson, sexual aggression won't hurt. Take it out on the pillow, sir. So I hope you guys can learn from that. Even if there is only half of a story here, the whole story is kind of here. But I'll catch you guys on the next one.